Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days. I'm the brother Dama Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and this is going to be a lesson, basically dealing with an article that I came across. But excuse me, first I want to get into the fact that, the Lord is doing a very marvelous and beautiful work as far as, the Lord is literally destroying Babylon the Great, aka America, slowly and, not slowly, but, all around, on every single level. And you brothers have to remember, to be in good cheer and to, praise Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for the beautiful, methodical job that he is doing of slowly but surely bringing down Babylon the Great right before our very eyes. Now, we see all these things happening with the trade wars and, all of this mass deportation. You see the massive amounts of debt that America is in, the homelessness, the moral, the physical decay of this society is all being done on behalf of the Israelites. This is the Lord, visiting upon our enemies and upon the land of our captivity. So the more devastation and implosion and destruction and chaos that's happening here in America is all ultimately signifying the fact that the Lord is getting ready to deliver his elect out of Babylon the Great. But first he has to, destroy Babylon the Great. You see, and we see the Lord is doing that, bit by bit. This place is slowly but surely spiraling down the drain. And that's something that we need to praise and exhort Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and each and every day, and we can't be like these people out here in the world. And, now, of course, we're going to be affected by, inflation and hyperinflation and, eventually, when the dollar collapses and, famine hits this place, the trucks are not running, the fuel is not being, brought in, and we seeing all of the chaos and the calamity and the perplexity and the complete and utter fall of this society. But remember, hey, if we're part of the elect, we're already shielded and we're going to be delivered and protected from all of that. So you can't be in the mind of these people in the world, who are in this mind frame of, when they think of America, they think of us. Hey, we've been separated from this society. We've been flushed this place down the toilet. And we're here just, doing what we got to do, getting our daily bread and maintaining ourselves, until the day that Yahweh Shai comes back and to destroy this place, man. So remember, this whole, collapsing of Babylon the Great. Hey, that's all being done on our behalf. Because the faster this place is destroyed, the faster the judgment comes down upon this place. That's linked significantly with our salvation and our deliverance out of this place, man. All right, so hey, we gotta continue to praise Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for the work that he's doing here on Babylon the Great. And remember, this place destruction and this fall and this being flushed down the toilet is linked with our salvation and our deliverance, man. All right, so this is why we tell you can't be so caught up in this world, so invested in this world, so that as you see this place, getting weaker and worsening, all the homelessness, all of the, the crumbling of the society, that you cannot be linking yourself with it. All right, because knowing that the Lord is doing this on our behalf, and the fact that, it's a part of the punishment that we had, this part of the punishment that the Lord is bringing upon this place for the hell that we caught here in this society, and we can never lose track of that, man. So I wanted to go into that. I got an article, got a couple more precepts, and then Lord willing, you can be edified. So I'm gonna start here at Baruch 4:21. It says, "Be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies." It says, "For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you." See, that's our hope, is that we're going to be saved out of the destruction that the Lord is going to bring upon our enemies, and mainly the land of our captivity, which is America, man. You see, this is why you can't have your hope in Babylon, in Trump making America great again, and, the economy bouncing back and all these other things. Yeah, that's cool if it happens, if it puts some more money in your pocket, whatever. But at the end of the day, your main hope should be in our salvation, the judgment and the fall of our enemies, and the rise of our our rulership, our government under Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And it says, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior. You see, because remember, there's no mercy coming to Babylon the Great. There's no mercy coming, to 2/3 of our people here on this side. Now, of course, 2/3 will have mercy, after they're destroyed here and being brought back in the kingdom. But there's not going to be any mercy for Babylon the Great. This place is going to be destroyed. This place is not going to be healed. Nobody's coming to save this place, man. You see? So this is the mind frame you need to continuously be in at the end of the day, and praise Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for the great job that he is doing in breaking this place down. It says, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, and all these nations have seen our captivity. They've seen you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans at the lowest of the low, man. And they sent gifts to one another. They relished in the moment. They clapped hands. They cheered. They were happy. They were glad. They, put a foot up your ass, man. You see, but now we can see the Lord is starting to, take the curses off of us, and he's starting to put it upon our enemies, man. It says, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and the brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. See, because this was never, this is always going to be a temporary condition for us, man. This is part of our punishment that we had to serve for, becoming disobedient against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, waxing proud, worshiping other gods, breaking the covenant that the Lord made with our forefathers after we came out of Egypt. We had to suffer the punishment and the curses that came along with it. But guess what? It wasn't going to be, it was only going to be a temporary situation. But now we're getting ready to be delivered out of this situation. All right. It says, for thine enemies have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. And this is what we're ultimately seeing take place, which I'm going to show you in this article, how the Lord is systematically bringing Esau's destruction upon him. And all of this shit with Trump, was just a false glimmer of hope. And it got these people's hopes up, got them thinking that, he's going to drain the swamp. He's getting rid of the elites. He's doing this. He's doing all this shit, not knowing that all that shit that he's doing, is all going to be in vain. These devils are going down no matter which way you slice it, man. You see, and we're going to tread upon this devil's neck in the time appointed. It says, my delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as the flock caught of the enemies. It says, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High. You see, our people should be crying unto the Most High, not crying unto Trump, not crying to have some type of, for calling on Trump for reparations, or calling on this government or the so-called white man or any of these nations to get us out of this situation, marching and crying. You should be crying to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see? It says, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. But I want to jump down and get to the point. All right. It says, in verse 29, it says, for he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. You see, our comfort is only going to come from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, returning back unto him. All right. Having, black banks and investing in crypto, or, Jake chasing the bag. None of that shit is going to ultimately bring you comfort, because, that's only a temporary fix. And our problem is not financial. Our problem is not, because our people don't have economic opportunities or land or, generational wealth. Our problem is a spiritual problem, that people are disconnected from the power source, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And having all the money in the world and having land and property without the obedience and the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is ultimately worthless at the end of the day, because it's only through your obedience and the wisdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai will you be able to not only maintain those things, but, increase in those things. And it wasn't given unto us to really have that here on this side, for perpetual, advancement, man. That's going to come in the kingdom of heaven. And that's where, the majority of our people seem to fall short. All right. But hey, the elect, we're on the right path, all right? And it says, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. And we see this. The Lord is really doing a number on, like I said, America and these other nations. They're all being afflicted. The Lord is visiting all of these heathen nations, man. Whether it's those Indians over there doing those rituals and those worshiping those false gods, it's always something crazy happen, where it'll be a stampede or a bunch of people will get killed or a bridge will collapse or, something of that nature. And we see the same thing happening over here in Babylon the Great and America to these Edomites, man. So the Lord is doing his thing, man. And it says, miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. And the ultimate she is going to be America, Babylon the Great, which I'm going to show you in this article. Hey, this place is very miserable, man. It says, as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabitant of devils for a great time. And this is talking about America, Babylon the Great. All right, and we can see the Lord is systematically doing that right now, man. Look at this. This is from Zero Hedge. It says, right, 11 random facts that show America is rotting and decaying right in front of our eyes, you see? And this is part of the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Like I read, miserable are the cities that received us, man. And this is happening all over America, man. All right. All these things that are in these articles is happening and is going to continue to happen until ultimately the Lord is going to pull the plug on Babylon the Great. All right. And it says, we are in far more trouble than most people realize. Fentanyl and other drugs are ravaging our cities, and homelessness, poverty, and hunger are rapidly growing all around us. And this is talking about here in America, Babylon the Great. It says, meanwhile, our federal government, our state governments, and our local governments are drowning in debt, and economic conditions are steadily deteriorating. Corruption is rampant, incompetence is seemingly everywhere, and the moral decay of our society is accelerating. You see, so we got to clap it up and give praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for the beautiful job that he's doing to this wicked land that received us. And remember, this is all judgment and punishments from on high, upon the land of our enemies, which is America, man. Now, of course, we got to live here and we got to do what we got to do. But hey, the Lord's going to always be with his elect. See, this is why we got to pray that the Lord gives us our daily bread. You see, this is why we can't be in that overabundance mind frame. Now, of course, particular brothers, probably have better jobs, probably make more money. Brothers are always going to do better than other brothers. But at the end of the day, it's where your mind, where's your mind at as far as being in this society, man. And we can never lose sight that this was only a temporary situation. And we got to continually look at the things that are not seen rather than the things that are seen. Because all of this shit right here is only a temporary situation. And we know eventually, the Lord's going to pull the plug. The financial system is going to collapse. And we're going to have to be in the stage of this ministry where we're going to have to be moving like pilgrims out here in the earth with our faith totally in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's going to come a time to where, hey, the money is not going to be worth anything. All right. And however much money you had in the bank, whatever status you had in the society while it was functioning, it's not going to matter when, ultimately, society collapses, man. All right. It's going to be about the inward man. It's going to be about whether you're of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai elect. It says, unfortunately, much of the population is completely oblivious to what is going on because they are deeply addicted to the electronic gadgets that they are constantly staring at. Right. Most of these people are caught up in bread and circuses. Just the other day, I was at the gym and a couple of guys that I randomly talked to, first thing they said was, hey, man, did you hear about the Lakers? I'm like, nah, I don't really keep up with it like that. Oh, yeah, they traded so and so and so and so. So, the majority of these people mine are caught up in bread and circuses, caught up in the, the distraction and the things that these elites tell them to pay attention to, They're worried about celebrity gossip and all this other bullshit. But meanwhile, geopolitically, economically, spiritually, prophetically, they're completely clueless of what's really happening in the world around them. It's like they have these, those blinders that they put on horses where they can only look in one direction, and these are the people, that are going to be ultimately, when this thing goes, down the drain are going to be the most desperate, the most lost, the most confused, and the most volatile and dangerous people at that time, man. You see, but those of us who are in this truth, man, hey, we're we're in the best place that you ever want to be in the midst of all of these things. All right. Excuse me. It says the following are 11 random facts that show that America is rotting right in front of our eyes. All right. Let me get this preset before I start. Oh, let me go back to that. It says what? It says, verse 31, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. You see? Like I said, hey, and now this place is becoming a very miserable place to live. And it's being done all intentionally as the judgment of the Most High. So we have to understand that the Most High is doing beautiful things and making beautiful moves on the behalf of Israel. But we have to understand that, the way that the Lord works is not always going to be just, a overnight thing. These things take time. These things take, many moving parts for it to ultimately, have effects. But we know that the Lord is doing things and the effects are being made evident. All right. It says, number one, a new study has discovered that smartphones are making teenagers more aggressive and are causing them to hallucinate. You see? It says people don't really fully appreciate that hyper real and hyper immersive screen experiences can blur reality at key stages of development. You see? So look at this. So the technology here is fucking these kids up, doing more damage than it does good. You see? And this is part of the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua too. It says, number two, according to Bloomberg, our cost of living crisis is driving more working Americans than ever to seek assistance from food banks. You see? Everybody is hurting out here, Even well-to-do Americans are feeling the squeeze. They're feeling the crunch. You see? Number three, it says the U.S. national debt was sitting at about $10 trillion when Barack Obama first entered the White House. Today, it is sitting at $36.2 trillion. Look at that. And each and every day, it's getting higher and higher and higher, man. And that's a debt they're never going to be able to pay back. So what are they going to eventually do? Just restart the whole system. You see? They're just going to have to just collapse it, and we know with that collapse, the chaos is going to come and all hell's going to break loose, man. You see? And that's part of the judgment the Lord has set down upon this place. Verse 4, criminals freely roam the streets, but a pastor in Ohio could face jail time for using his church to house the homeless. This place is completely ass backwards, man. Number 5, cryptocurrency called Fartcoin that was created as a joke currently has a market capitalization of $847 million. Look at this. 6, fentanyl is absolutely destroying communities all over America. For example, check out what has happening in La Cruces, New Mexico. It says in La Cruces, authorities say they first encountered fentanyl at 18. In 2020, they confiscated a total of 461 pills. In 2021, the first year of Biden administration, fentanyl seizures exploded to more than 22,600 and continued rising. Roughly 70,000 pills were seized in 2022 and nearly 86,000 in 23. And imagine how many of those pills they didn't seize. See? Look at this. It says an increase in 85% in violent crime and 71 increase in poverty crime. So this place is, this place is strung out, man. All right. The Lord is doing a number on Babylon, man. I'm pretty sure you can go to all states across America and do these statistics. You'll find numbers where it's completely just deteriorating and society is just completely broken and lost, man. Look at this. In 2024, corporate bankruptcies in the United States reached the highest level since 2008 financial crisis. It says we don't hear much about cargo theft, but it's reached a staggering $454 million in 2024. So it was just thieves and robbery and crime all over the fucking place, man. And this is really not, Babylon is not as safe as it used to be, man. You can't just be out here roaming and walking around freely like you were once able to, man. I remember in 2003 when I was in college, man. 2002 and 2003, and I was going to college. I had roommates. We had a house. I remember I would leave the house and I would lock the door. And the white boys that was my roommate, they would come back from school and they'd be locked out because it was kind of like in a middle class neighborhood. And they told me, bro, stop locking the door. You don't have to do that around here. Nobody's gonna come in here and steal anything. But come on, where I'm coming from, shit, you always gotta lock your door, man. So they was like, you don't have to do that here. Nobody's gonna walk in here, bro. And it was like in a real good neighborhood. So that shows you that, how even back then, how things were. But I guarantee you, if I was to go to that same, go back to where I went to college, I guarantee you they locking those doors now. I guarantee you they ain't just willy nilly leaving their doors open, with no care or no fear in the world, man. And it was like that with all the dudes. I remember some of the dudes I played football with. Like I would just go to their, like, cause they had off campus houses. I would just go to their house. I would just turn the knob and just walk right in, and they'll be in there playing the game or sitting in the living room or doing whatever, and just be like, "Oh shit, what's up, bro?" Just door wide open. You see, but I guarantee you, it ain't like that no more. Especially in this time and in this area. I mean, and in this atmosphere of the world. Number 9, according to the New York Times, 15% of the women in our federal prisons are men. Damn. 10, most of the foods in your grocery store shelves are highly processed. And since highly processed foods are less expensive, many U.S. consumers tend to gravitate to them. See that, man? And that's how you know this is a destroyed society, man. When the food, all of the cheap food is highly processed, garbage, junk, and garbage, man. See, and this is why this nation is so sick, so overweight, so destroyed, has all these different ailments and sicknesses and cognitive disabilities, man. See, because this is all work of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai on this godless society. It says a stunning report reveals the majority of food products sold at major U.S. grocery chains are highly processed, with most of them priced significantly cheaper. And who is that being targeted to? You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. It says in what may be the most comprehensive analysis of food processing in America grocery stores to date, researchers examined 50,000 food items sold at Walmart, Target, and Whole Foods to understand just how processed our food supply really is. Using sophisticated machine learning techniques, they developed a database called GroceryDB that store foods based on their degree of processing. And it's all garbage. Look at this. Homelessness in the U.S. is at the highest level ever recorded, and it is increasing at the fastest pace ever. And that is true, because now here where I'm living, I'm starting to see a whole bunch of fucking homeless people, random homeless people. And now what they're doing here in California is like they'll find a field where there's no like buildings or no structures there, and they'll just build this huge fucking homeless camp with like all these tents and shit just connected. And they just this is one dude I saw, he's living on the sidewalk, and he just got all of his trash and all of his shit just right there on the sidewalk. So if you're walking down the street and you happen to cross him, you got to literally walk in the street to go around his fucking garbage and his fucking trash, man. And like, it's like the police don't come. They don't tell him nothing. They don't come and clean him and tell him to get the hell out of the street, go move it somewhere else. They literally letting this man just live right there on the sidewalk under the freeway, but you can see him on the street just living there in his own filth and trash, man. And nobody's coming and telling him, look, man, at least go over there to where everybody else is at and fucking take your filth. But they just let him just sit there and just, bask in all of that trash. And so you niggas bugged out. Nigga had a damn big screen TV just sitting there that he can't even watch, but he got it sitting there as if it's part of his daily entertainment, with no power and no electricity on the side of the fucking street. But like I said, hey, this is just the Lord touching this place up, man. All right. And it's only going to get more and more worse as things get as we go forward. It says we desperately need to change in this country. You see, but they're not going to change because it's all the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And look at this. It says, if we truly want to make this country great again, we need to rediscover the values and principles that what makes this country so great. Our nation is in the condition that it is today because of the choices that we have made. Well, ultimately, you're in this condition because this is part of the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance, and he will render unto her a recompense. You see? And like I said, this is all payback for, the rape, robbery, the murder, and you touching the apples of the Most High's eye, which are the Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And this is why we've been telling our people to flee out of Babylon. Now, this is not a flee doctrine where we're telling you to pack up your bags, get on a cruise ship, get on an airplane, and go somewhere outside of America where you think you're going to be safe and, it's some type of second exodus. But it's flee out of Mr. Babylon means spiritually, mentally. Like I said earlier, stop being so heavily invested in America, having some 10-year plan, thinking that you're going to go to college and get a degree and start a business and pass that business down to your children, or see your kids graduate and have a family and have grandchildren and great grandchildren. That's not happening here in Babylon the Great, man. Look, all these kids that are going to college and graduating are just leaving there with a diploma and massive amounts of debt that they're never going to be able to pay back, because they're not going to find jobs that's going to be able to, you know what I mean, pay them off what they invested in and taking out these loans to go to college, man. They're going to graduate, move back in with their parents, find a regular job at Starbucks or Bed Bath and Beyond, and never be able to pay back these dates or start a family of their own or to buy a house, because this economy and the economy is just so broken. All right. And now they're talking about 41% of the jobs going to be going to artificial intelligence. And, a lot of these graduates are not going to be needed in the workforce. So this place is completely and utterly through, man. And that's why we've been telling you, Jakes, man, your faith and trust, but it being Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and looking at the things that are not seen, which is the kingdom of heaven, and not at this temporary situation, Babylon the Great, and putting your trust in this place, because you're going to be sorely mistaken. And it says, and be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And what is the recompense? Payback, man. For what I was reading in the book of Baruch. It says, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk of her wine. Now, therefore, the nations are mad. You see, and America was that golden cup. This was the land of opportunity. This was the greatest country on the planet Earth, where everybody wanted to come to, you can come here being an immigrant. You can come here from a different country and start a business and be successful and get a house and send your kids through college, as long as you was hardworking and you were, had that go-getters mentality. But now people are realizing that, hey, those days are gone, man. Just like America being that golden cup is gone. This place is deteriorating. It's losing its value every single day, man. You see, but like I said, it's all because of the judgment of the Most High. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. And like the article said, it's showing you those 11 reasons why this place is deteriorating and it is spiraling out of control. Eventually, it's going to completely fall right through the bottom. All right. It says, how for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. And that's what these people are putting their hope in Donald Trump. And this is what he's telling you, that he's he has the balm, he has the relief, he has the ideas to make America great again. But he's sadly mistaken, because prophetically the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place, and he's going to sink this ship known as America, with everybody that's on it and that's putting their trust and faith in it, man. You see, if so she may be healed, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. And the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place, man. And what is her judgment coming for? All of her wickedness, rape, robbery, murder. Like I said, her enslavement of the Israelites, her blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, destroying the Native Americans who are Israelites, and all of the wickedness that this place has indulged in is finally going to be met with the judgment of the Most High. It says, Yahweh hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh, our power. And part of us declaring is that we're telling you that the Lord is getting ready to judge and to destroy this place, man. All right. This is Zechariah 2:6. Ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north. What is the north? America. Babylon the Great, America. Saith Yahweh, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion. Talking who's Zion? The Israelites. Now are we going to physically, literally deliver ourselves? No. But like I said, it starts with your thinking. It starts with, your mind state. Like I said, fleeing out of the ways of America, the system, the customs, the religion, the holidays, all of the false ideologies, putting your faith fully in this society, and putting it back into Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It says, deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. Remember, we're just dwelling here. This was a punishment. We weren't brought here for the long haul. Remember, scripture tell you this is not our rest. All right, this is a temporary situation. Our ultimate destination is the kingdom of heaven, which will be back in the Holy Land, and we're going to rule there forever and ever. In the kingdom of heaven. That's the end game. That's the that's the end all be all for Zion and what the Lord has in store for the Israelites in the future, man. All right. Like I said, we're just dwelling with the daughter of Babylon. This is not the end all be all. And if you have your mind that this is the end all be all, then guess what? Like I said earlier, you're going to sink with this sinking ship known as Babylon the Great, America, when the Lord destroys this place, man. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you." See? "For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye." And in America and Esau Edom is 100% guilty of spoiling us and touching the apple of the Most High's eye. And this is why the Lord is allowing all of this, all of these decays and these factors that is causing America to rot and decay. And there's way more than 11. You know, this place is being destroyed on every single level that you can think of, man. And it's all because of what these devil has done to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. And you can never forget that and never lose sight of that. It says, "For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants." Yeah. You know, you see that happening too. You see all these people rising up against the government. You know, the government doesn't have the trust of the people. You know, people were just the other day, they were marching here in California on the freeway because of the ICE deportations, you know, and for many other reasons. We're going to see more sedition. We're going to see more uprisings. We're going to see more of the people taking it to the streets and protesting and coming up against the powers that be. You see, and this is all further signs of this place's destruction and return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. It says, "And ye shall know that Yahweh of hosts have sent me. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai." You see? And this is where our hope and our faith is in. And knowing that Yahweh Shai is coming back on our behalf to deliver us and to save us from the ultimate destruction and fury and anger on Babylon the Great. It says, "And many nations shall be joined to Yahweh." And that day, and these many nations are talking about Israelites that were scattered amongst the other nations, man. And it's going to show you that. It says, "And shall be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts have sent me unto thee. And Yahweh shall inherit Judah his portion in the Holy Land, and shall choose Jerusalem again." You see? So those strangers that are going to be joined, they're Israelites, man. All right. Those are the Israelites that were scattered amongst these heathens in these last days. I didn't know that they were Israelites that lost their nationality. But in these last days, they're going to be delivered and saved with the elect that's going to be delivered here out of Babylon. All right. It says what? "And shall choose Jerusalem again." It says, "Be silent, O all flesh, before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, for he is raised up out of his holy habitation." And that's what we're waiting for. This is what all these signs are signifying. And this is ultimately, you know, what the elect, you know, this is where our faith and our hope is all focused and directed at, is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai coming back to deliver us and save us and to judge our enemies and to, you know, break this man's yoke from off of our neck and to burst our bonds and to save us and deliver us and give us back our land and dominion and rulership. But first, the Lord is going to systematically, you know what I mean, destroy this place right before their very eyes. And let me get this. Yep, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8. It says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." And as you can see, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And these things that we're showing you is signs of this kingdom being translated to eventually into the rightful hands of Yahweh Shai, you know, King David and the 144,000, which will be here on earth in the times to come. But first, Babylon is going to be destroyed and you know, decayed and eventually taken out of existence in these last days, man. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. To the next one, shalom.